This week on NBA 2K TV, we meet up with community member Dignify.
It's always like making new builds, seeing what works.
Then find out what's coming up in the neighborhood. And we've added My Team updates. We're your source for pack releases, events, and locker codes. We'll wrap it up with the contenders for top play of the summer. So get ready to vote.
We're the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And an inspired rendition of our national anthem. Really getting warmed up here, just moments away. We'll be back right after this. Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Detroit Pistons going up against the Miami Heat here at the American Airlines Arena. This is Kevin Harlan, and we've got Steve Smith and Greg Anthony at the table with me. And the fourth member of our crew, David Aldridge, our sideline reporter. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. We take a look at the 76ers. They're moving on up, fourth spot in the rankings this time around.
And right now, for Miami, they're moving in the wrong direction. The good news, though, it's still early in the season. A lot of games left to be played. Plenty of time to turn things around.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Andre Drummond is out there with Markieff Morris. Then it's Rose. Then there's Doumbouya. And it's Kennard in at the shooting guard position. And for the Heat, Butler and Johnson, the forward. Settling into the new season. When you were playing, did you typically start fast, or did it take a while for you to kind of find your rhythm?
Kevin, I think you're like this. I played 14 years. Those first 8, I got off to great starts. Those last 6, oh, Lord, it looks like it was like my feet was in the sand. But usually you get going. The best time to really get going is at the end.
Here's Adebayo, and he drops it in from the low post.
Poor interior defense. If you play him soft, he's going to kill you.
Pistons leading by 4. 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Jackson misses.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
There's the pass to Mr. Clutch. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
From deep three-point range. No good on the last second attempt there. A good close contest so far. Jimmy Butler, a hard worker on the floor and off the court.
I worked extremely hard.
A boombox aquarium, huh? Points for originality, Greg.
Butler, not shy, breaking from convention, beats to the rhythm of his own drum.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And guys, what's your take on the Pistons so far?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yes, you know this, GA. Back in our day, in any day really, if you don't block out somebody, you will sit down.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for the Pistons, Jackson and Kennard pair up at the 1 and the 2. Maker out there with Iguodala. And it's Jang in at the 5. Home in the paint. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Mr. Clutch in their last game against the Spurs was all business. He ended up with 21 points and drained a few from downtown. And his play is what allowed them to finally bust free. Snapping a losing streak like that is huge for a team's confidence. Kevin, it'll be interesting to see if he can help them get another W tonight.
Thanks, David. He took command, and Greg really led the fight for his team.
You like someone who's willing to take control, but then again, tonight could turn out to be a different story.
Whether he's scoring, facilitating, hitting the glass, his focus is just to provide whatever they need for the win.
And watching Che, you can see that he is starting to put in the extra work in the gym. It takes a lot of reps to make it in the NBA, and the results are starting to show.
Well, you said it. It isn't just the skill improvement. Extra workouts go a long way in building camaraderie with the rest of your team. All those things are right in there. They get the rebound.
Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
Iguodala, the pass to Jang, and finished off by Jang.
Iggy just keeping his head up on his swivel all the time.
There's Mr. Clutch. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against San Antonio.
You can't forget about how great he was at forcing contact and getting to the line. He racked up a lot of easy points at the line that way.
Jackson passes to Maker. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Kennard. Detroit getting another chance here. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. The Heat have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Here's Mr. Clutch. Three-pointer. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Not bad defense, but you give him an inch and he'll bury you.
This is it to Maker. Back to Jackson. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Pass to Maker. 6 to shoot. Iguodala outside. It's deflected. Now here's Waiters. Defense right on him. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Jackson passes to Maker. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
Timeout called. The Heat. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
Yeah, and in that game, you see how they built out this roster, acquiring role players who can step up when needed.
And a strong bench gives you the flexibility to bring someone in and exploit a certain matchup.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Reggie Jackson. Coming off a terrific season, he was around 23 points a game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And I think he can play even better. I mean, sometimes it's tough to get into a rhythm with limited minutes, but he has got to find a way.
That's the thing. You don't get to pick your minutes. You have to make the most of what you get.
It's Gasol missing.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
Scooped up. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Pistons shooting their first free throws here tonight.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
And Kennard came into the league viewed mostly as a shooter, but he's been able to provide much more than that.
I mean, better than you think when he puts the ball on the floor. Learning how to lean into defenders and step back to open up the shot is a better playmaker than he gets credit for, and we should see him take on a larger role as he develops. How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
In the corner, it's Maker. Uncovered. 2 points. That one goes. Maker's got 4 points in the quarter. So it's Miami now. It's a 3-point game. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That will complete this 4-game homestand. Gasol passes to Mr. Clutch. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Smitty, you played with the U.S. national team. Would you say they allow more physicality in FIBA than they do in the NBA?
No, I think, Kevin, different parts of the game, there's more physicality. Like on the free throw line, boxing out. Like going up for rebounds, they let a lot more than we're used to go. But usually the NBA players adjust, and they find their way.
They recover it.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Jang, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Pass to Okpala. Right wing. Here's Mr. Clutch. Miami no good on that time either.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
Iguodala outside. At the top of the key, Maker. Outside Jackson. Fires at the elbow. Jump shot is good that time. Jackson's got the lead up to 6 now for Detroit.
Breakdown by the defense there. Jackson, a solid mid-range shooter. You like to push him out further.
And it's good, 2 points. Adebayo's got his second bucket of the game to go.
At the end of the day, when the ball goes up, there's no substitute for effort.
Inside. Here's Okpala. He's still scoreless so far in this one. The shot's good for Mr. Clutch.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
Here's Jackson. Again, the Pistons good for 2.
Working against size, he's just crafty enough to carve out some wiggle room.
And that's tough to do from the mid-range because help can come from anywhere, but he beats everyone to the punch.
Kennard, the pass to Maker, and the dunk by Maker.
You can fall in love with floating around the perimeter. I like it when Maker attacks the rim.
Winslow with it. And the pass to Okpala. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Back to Adebayo. Passes to Mr. Clutch. Jacks up a 3. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
It's been a rough quarter for him. Can't seem to find any kind of rhythm.
Iguodala, the pass to Jackson. Here's Kennard. Covered by Winslow. Iguodala outside. Rejected by Gasol.
The former Defensive Player of the Year, Gasol, showing his stuff.
That one good for 2. Winslow's got his first basket of the night.
Unselfish, moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
Kennard, the pass to Jang. Here's Jackson. That one rolling around and rims out.
And the truth is, this league would have been much bigger had he shot better.
Got it. Nice one there for Mr. Clutch.
Trying to slice into this deficit every time up the floor. Terrific quarter for him.
Pass to Maker. He dishes it to Jackson. Here's Kennard. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Clippers. And he's good on the 3 ball.
So reliable. They've really leaned on him at the offensive end.
Here's Mr. Clutch, guarded by Jackson. From deep. The offensive rebound. Pistons leading by 5. Here's Kennard. He's got 13. To the left side wing. Pass to Jang from past the arc. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got his 4th rebound in this one. Winslow, the pass to Mr. Clutch. Here's Okpala. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. The pass to Mr. Clutch. Elbow shot is on the way. The shot, no good. And it's Detroit the other way. This, of course, their first chance to play Miami this season.
And they usually came out on top when these 2 teams faced off last year. No surprise, they're the better team.
And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. Now let's go. Waiters outside, and that shot was up in time but doesn't go in. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, the last few games you have been on fire, and it's carried over to tonight. What's gotten into you these last few games?
Hey, GA, I think I've just gotten to a nice groove with the rest of the guys, man. And like right now, it's like we're reading, each other's minds. That's resulting in a lot of easy chances for me. And I'm just enjoying the rides with my teammates, man.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just... We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this... Clutch is checked in for Miami. Detroit also making some changes. Maker comes in for Drummond, and it's Jackson in for Rose. Jackson dishes to Maker. Outside Jackson. With the floater, and there it is for him. Jackson's got 8 points.
This is what you get from Reggie Jackson now. Powering through contact and has the focus to complete the play.
Butler and Johnson, the forwards. Hero out there with Mr. Clutch. And it's Thompson in at the center. That's the group on the floor for Miami. You know, Smitty, NBA referees, officials now have a presence on social media that's aiming at educating fans on calls and why they're made.
Yes, and I love it, Kevin, if you have these demos and talk about plays and games and situations that you're educating fans. It's just that fans look at it when these referees, who are human, miss calls, and then they want to re-show these plays that they miss. We still got to understand they're human, and they're going to miss some calls.
Well said, Steve. Maker misses. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Miami Heat. They trail by 1.
Pretty early to be over the limit. That foul situation is something we want to keep an eye on.
And with Reggie Jackson at the point, you're going to get more of a score than a playmaker.
And that's okay, as long as you plan for that with your system. Reggie Jackson is great at creating for himself, but you like to see him do a little bit more to set up the rest of his team.
And so Jackson nails both of them.
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
Outside Butler. Johnson, the pass to Mr. Clutch. Butler on the wing. Shot clock at 6. For the tie. In for his 7th make in 14 tries.
And when he gets it going, this is what can happen. They need to think about the double team now.
Morris outside. The feed to Jackson. Some solid defense from Butler.
Great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
The Pistons have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Feeds it to Morris. Good D by Thompson. Miami's gotten all 4 of the three-point shots to go down since halftime. They're lighting it up here for the lead, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Reggie Jackson. The Heat have hit half their free throws in this one, going 3 of 6 so far.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Marc Gasol's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Bam Adebayo comes in for Johnson. Winslow's checked in for Jimmy Butler. And it's Waiters in for Hero.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It's often a tough call that can go either way, but I agree with you on that one.
On the wing, Winslow hits the three-point bomb. Winslow's got 7 points in the game.
In all second half, they haven't gotten stops with any consistency.
Will it go? Second chance shot. Yes! And the foul. It goes on Justice Winslow.
This is what you get from Maker, a legit 7-footer who brings the energy.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. And with Thon Maker still a developing project, you forget, Smitty, how young he really is.
You're right, Kevin. Has a lot of time ahead of him. You can see the touch and the length he has. Hopefully, he can keep working and put it all together.
And that one drops. And that's 18 points for Mr. Clutch.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
Outside Jackson. Unloads from 13. Goes back up. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Here's Mr. Clutch. And the rejection by Jackson. Now, here's Doumbouya. Covered by Winslow. Doumbouya dishes to Maker. He kicks it to Jackson. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
And yes, it's good. Jackson's got 6 points in the quarter.
Just taking what the defense allows, and that's a shot he'll make all night.
And here's Winslow. He's got 7. Over in the corner, Gasol. Offensive rebound. Adebayo. And Maker sends it back. The shot by Adebayo, no good. The Pistons trail it. Doumbouya passes to Jackson. To the middle for the lead. Doumbouya can't get it to go. For Miami, they've gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. Steve, we're seeing more and more teams turn to high motion offense with a lot of passing, a lot of movement. What makes those systems, do you think, successful in today's game?
I think when you're in constant movement, especially with the rules where you can't grab and clutch and touch, it makes it hard for the defenders to keep guys in front of them. And it's hard to switch defensively when you have a team always in motion.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
That one goes in. Mr. Clutch has got the lead up to 5 now for the Heat.
They have leaned on him all quarter, and it has worked to perfection.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Detroit Pistons. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Lays it up off the glass. Jackson's got 14 points.
The developing feel Reggie Jackson has for scoring inside, playing much more under control these days.
From the arc. No good from Mr. Clutch.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Jackson missing again. The Heat leading by 3. In the corner, Winslow with it. Here's Mr. Clutch, guarded by Jackson. No good from Mr. Clutch. That one drops for him. He has 6.
And after really leaning on that 3-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
They're still behind, but not because of his.
And the Pistons with possession here. 9-point game. On the floor for Detroit. Derrick Rose is out there with Jackson. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then it's Gorgie Dang. And it's Morris in at the 3. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
So a 7-foot wingspan of Reggie Jackson makes him a bigger player inside. Helps him draw fouls.
The free throw drops for Jackson.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And the Pistons making a change here. Dumboya's checked in. And so Jackson nails both of them.
You know, he was the 24th pick in 2011. I think it's safe for us to say Jackson's outplayed that draft slot.
Now a timeout called by Miami.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Jimmy Butler.
And what he's done from beyond the arc is a big reason he gets the nod tonight. He's racked up 5 3-pointers and very accurate with his shooting. Take away that threat from deep, and their offense would have looked a whole lot different.
Coming into this game, he'd been having a tough stretch. We all know that, but not anymore. He's back at his best, and I think it's safe to say that slump is over.
And that's really using the double team against the defense there and creating that pinpoint passing to attack.
Now here's Rose. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Nice herky-jerky move by Derrick Rose to get into the lane and make a play.
The first one falls. That one misses.
Explosiveness by Derrick Rose is one of the reasons why a lot of guys do not want to guard him.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The first free throw is good. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Pistons trail by 9. Here's Dumboya. Miami grabs the miss. Johnson's got 5 rebounds tonight. Mr. Clutch, the pass to Thompson. Over Drummond. And again, it's the Heat missing. Time running out for the Pistons. Kennard kicks to Rose. 1:51 left in the fourth quarter. No good from outside. Miami's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. Hero passes to Mr. Clutch. Goes up on the wing, and he gets the jumper to drop. Mr. Clutch has got the lead up to 11 now for the Heat. Detroit's gotten some tough luck from 3-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. To the wing on the left. Here's Kennard. Thompson with the rebound. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Rose.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Good on the second free throw. Pistons trail by 12.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Heat.
Free throws were a big factor in this one.
You know, it's always great to get a lot of shots at the line, but the key, they were able to convert tonight. You start making free throws, and it can get you the win.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Jimmy Butler.
And how many times throughout the course of the evening did he make a momentum-changing play? I thought his relentlessness really keyed their success.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
He gets it in there.
Love the aggressiveness, the tenacity of Derrick Rose. Love driving the basketball into the teeth of the defense.
Johnson outside. Passes it to Mr. Clutch. Johnson left side. And it's sent back by Drummond.
Andre Drummond with the wingspan of 7'6". It's going to be hard to get it over him.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was, they didn't allow it to press. And that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Nice win for your team, Che. You were the catalyst with all your scoring. Was that the game plan tonight?
And I thought my teammates were creating, a ton of chances for me on the offensive end. And, fortunately, I got hot for a stretch. We converted a lot of our possessions, and the way they were setting me up, though, the credit goes to them, not me.
Well, all of you contributed to this win, and you should enjoy it. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much.
In today's NBA, okay? And how you approach it says a lot about how good you are as a coach.
The professor is...
Nice game, Che.
Thanks, B.
Che, can I grab you real quick?
Patty, the great reporter. What's up?
I got Che. You set a new career high for points scored tonight. What does that say about your growth as a player?
It's just one game, so I want to read into it too much. But everything's starting to slow down for me a little bit. Just a little bit more comfortable with everything we're doing. And it helps me play with more confidence. Shout out to my first grade teacher, Chris.
Good stuff. Thanks for your time, Che.
It's all good. Hey, you guys good over here? I saw a little something going on.
Yes. Then definitely.
You guys ready to hammer out this deal?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Here's what they're starting with. Fantastic. Looking forward to a long and healthy relationship.
Me too, man.
Thanks, Che.
You're welcome. See y'all later, all right?
All right.